Welcome back to Metal Gear RC. We're here in the WrenchNut RC garage, and today I want to show you this right here in front of me. It's my finished jersey barrier that I cast from a mold using cement. Now, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I have been wanting to make this thing for a while now. And life has definitely thrown me some curveballs, which has definitely slowed me down. But here I am today. I have it finished, and I want to show you the end result, as well as the mold itself. There are a couple things as of filming this video that I need to do to finish this off, and I will have it on the website in the description below. Where to get the files at if you want to print your own and start casting your own jersey barriers. Now, the jersey barrier, one of the biggest dilemmas I was having to figure out was to print it on my Ender 3 printer and yet still be able to have the forklift with the edges and having the end parts here where it couples together. And so a little bit more about the progress of it. And I know a lot of people have definitely seen this one. When I first tried making it, I was using a piece of metal, and then I would wedge this in there and have the metal form to this 3D printed part I had to help mold it, in which I got this one, and as you can see the date right there is when I first made the task, and it came out fairly well, and it actually held up. I took it on a couple of road trips and places, and it hasn't chipped or messed up. It's been handled quite a few. It's been handled quite a bit, and still in one piece. No real damage to it. And well, I later on made this block here. Same thing, having forms, but this one fit because it's a scale 6-foot block, and I have it where they have wedges so they can fit together. They have more than one. Bottom here where they lock in together, just like the real life-size one, just like the real life-size ones that are available to get when you're doing different construction work, land work, stuff like that. So I did learn a lot when creating the mold for this one here, which helped me develop this one. Now, even before I got there, I even drew this one up and printed it out, thinking I was going to cast a mold using this, but it wasn't coming out the way I wanted it to come out, and so I had to scrap this one and put it back on the chopping block. I had to go back to the drawing board because casting the mold with this one wasn't going to render the finish I wanted. So now that I got this, I want to show you the mold itself. And here's my actual second casting I've done. And I'll show you how easy it is to pull it out and be able to clean it and reuse it. So I've already used this same one here to make this one here. And here's my second one. And I had a couple people ask me, hey, how simple it is. Can you reuse it? I'm like, yeah, it can reuse. I did the same thing with this one here. It slides right on out, and you can reuse the mold pieces. Now, I did use two types of plastic. One is the PLA, and the other one is the TPU, which is more like a rubber type. And there's a couple pieces, and because of the printer, I had to split it up. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the TPU type filament that I use, and then the actual PLA that I use to hold the form together tightly so it doesn't disform with the cement and the weight of the cement in there. I broke it up into a couple pieces because it'd make it easier to print. You got 3 of the C shape pieces. You got an end piece here that holds the innie, I will call it the innie, and then your outie. So this is the outie, this is the innie. So the innie is a lot thinner piece. Don't need to be too big, but the outer piece, it needed to be a little bit more so everything is symmetrical as well as scale, as close as I can get. So all you got to do is once it's cured, depending on how your mix and temperature, somewhere between 12 to 24 hours is the window. I would definitely say 20 to 24 hours is probably the ideal time to take it out. After 12, it still can be a little brittle, and any rubbing on it can rub the cement off before it really finish curing. So you just take it, flip it upside down, and as you see, you got these 3 holes. This is so you can push with your fingers, sticks, or whatever that you like. And you just simply hold the PLA form itself, push with your fingers, and I even got a bad hand, and it's coming out that easy. So once it's there, kind of work it a little bit more. It's not as easy the second time around, but there we go. Let me try this again. It's a little lopsided. So doing it like this, it's not really going to mess up the concrete because it's being protected by the TPU. TPU kind of gives a little bit. So because the Jersey barrier is made out of cement and it's pretty hard right now, not much damage is going to do while trying to pry it out. And so just slight leakage of the cement. All you got to do is take a straight edge or something, scrape that off. It pretty much just flakes right off. So now that we have the TPU section out, all you do is just slight pry. There's our outie. Same thing for the innie side, just slightly pry it. As you can see, it's still a little on the soft side, and this has been a little more than 20, I would say somewhere around 23, 24 hours since I've finished casting it and letting it sit. It was a lot colder last night, so I know it's not fully cured, but it should be well enough to pull it apart for this video. Now, go to the sides, go to the edge, grab the edge, I'm going to pull it slightly, comes right off. At one side, same thing. Comes right off. Now, as you can tell, it's a lot darker gray because it's not fully cured, and it should turn a nice light gray. Now, for the TPU, I didn't even use any mold release or anything. It's just straight up TPU. It comes out. That easy. Just light flakes of the cement. And being that it's still not finished cure, there are going to be some places where the concrete leaked between the mold. You can just go in there, even with your fingernails, it comes right off. So you can fix any little rough edges. I know, especially like it leaks between here, as you can see, some got through. That is not bad at all. You just take it, you take a straight edge or something. Sometimes it comes off so easy, even with your finger or your fingernail, comes off real easy. Once you got it cleaned up, you just set it, admire it as it finished curing. Once it finished curing, I would say another 20 to 24 hours, letting it cure. This one's been out of the mold probably around 26, 27 hours, and it's pretty much finished curing to the point where I can start using this. Now this one here, like I said, because of the temperatures last night, it was well below freezing. So I know this one hasn't cured enough to really mess with it, but it's ready to be pulled out as well as set up to be cured. And as stated, these things interlock with each other, just like that. Oops. Clean that off. And a tight fit. Check that out. Let me bring the camera a little closer. So now that we got our concrete Jersey barrier out, same thing. You could probably peel it off with your finger to clean it up. Straight edge. Don't be too abrasive to here. You don't want to really scratch this. The more scratches you put, the more the cement will stick to the TPU. And if you do damage it, then you would need to reprint it. But I forget, I've done probably 20 plus of these. No damage to the TPU or mold at all. Like I said, just clean all the little crevices where the concrete is. Once that comes off, you could take this. The innie goes to the short edge. Put that in there. Your walls, the side walls, put it in at an angle. That's not going to work. Your side walls, put it in at an angle like this, and then push it up to the side. Same thing here. Clean this off. Clean this off. Just a little extra concrete. Not bad at all. I mean, even using the TPU itself, you can clean it off like that. So you take the other wall, slide it in at an angle, put it to the front, make sure they are in there, push it together, make sure you're all to the bottom, and then push it to the sides. Now you take your outie side, make sure these are to the top because that's the bottom, and then you just wedge it in there, slides right in, and then here's your forklift mold. Take it, and it goes right into It goes right into these little slots that I have in there. Goes into there and into there. And just make sure you put the bottom side up. They have little curves. Let's see if we get little curves on there to get the bevel edges. And it's ready to pour another one in there. Well, if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Share with your friends, especially your scale buddies that may love to have a jersey barrier for their collection. And thanks again for watching. Until next time.